Greetings, this is Chippy the Chipmunk, and we have, right here is a map that was aboard Airforce 1, and this is taken when JFK was aboard Air Force 1, and there's two images. There's this one and this one. Look at this here. It's on the wall here. So I don't know, they're slightly different, but what is going on here? He's JFK speaking with a military officer, someone else, and then who might this be here? It almost looks like the Queen, perhaps. And here on the desk there is, looks like what appears to be some kind of map, perhaps, yeah, but the resolution, the picture is not, we don't really have a high resolution picture of it. And then look at this, looks like a comic book. Does that say Dick Tracy? Okay, but back to the map. It's the flash, you can see, sort of, washed it out a little bit, but let me see, trying adjusting it a little bit. Yeah, the flash, the photographer just really did a number on it with using that flash. But so we have here, it looks like pretty much the same two maps, but this one is a little bit different. It looks more much more complex, a lot more lines drawn. Of course you cannot get really any, you can't read anything, you know, because of, it's just not a very high res. It's less than a megabyte. And look at the size of Australia here. And isn't this interesting? New Zealand pictured to the northeast of Australia. And nowadays they have New Zealand has floated down to the southeast of Australia. So I remember growing up in the US, we were taught as kids geography, and I remember New Zealand was above and to the right of Australia, and then Australia was way out in the middle of nowhere with no other, the only thing it was near was New Zealand. I think this is Papua New Guinea, but yeah, and all the Indonesia stuff, I don't know, but I remember just growing up, Australia just seemed it was out in the middle of nowhere, nothing nearby except for New Zealand. And look at it here, New Zealand is, why isn't it down here? It could just be, it's just wonky, kind of stretched out looking, but what are, I'm sure people are going to argue, it's just a projection of the globe there on the wall. So it could be, because it sort of looks like it may be, but hard to say. Let me go back to the other one. Yeah. That's, and then looking, it's Air Force 1 with Kennedy, except this one is less detailed, so that's interesting. And I think this is the one where there's a website where you can take some kind of virtual tour. You can kind of pan around the aircraft, and I think that's where this image came from. And there's New Zealand, see? It's up near the date line, the international date line. And I thought, growing up, it was up here, and now today's maps, it's to the southeast. I don't know, there's a lot of debate about New Zealand, is, you know, people remembering it in a different place. So, and then look at this. What does this remind you of? I don't know, a heart, maybe? There's a couple of heart-looking shapes. And if that's not strange enough, the date line, I think it's the anti-meridian. It's supposed to go through 90 degrees south and also 90 degrees north. So, and when the anti-meridian crosses the pole, the alleged poles, it goes through the UK here. So, and then it follows down here, and look at this here. The dotted line, I believe, is the anti-meridian, and it goes wonky here for some reason. Why is it doing that? That is very bizarre. How do you explain this? I don't understand why it's not a symmetrical line, and it just goes kind of wonky there. So that is a little bizarre. And then also this here, you've got this meridian here of the heart looking thing. You've got one going this way and one going this way. It's kind of a heart looking thing here. So you see, I don't know if you can kind of see that. One of the lines stops here, but the other one goes through. So I don't know. I'm just not familiar with this type of map. And you can also see nautical miles here. And it says here 10,000 nautical miles, 9,008, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1,000. That was pretty interesting. I don't know if this is just has any accuracy whatsoever, or if it's just a piece of artwork. I don't know, because I mean 10,000 nautical miles, and then if they got 0 degrees, 30, 60, 90, and so on in increments of 30. I can't quite read this side. But anyway, so there's 2. This is Air Force 1 in the Kennedy years. Not sure who's pictured. Is that McNamara? I'm not sure, really. I don't know. So, it is. But wouldn't that be something if this was actually was a flat Earth map? And this is actually how it is. And you could see maybe Bird, when they flew down there, they were like, okay, here's the South Pole. And then look how big the US is, and he may have been thinking, well, look at this land here. It's the size of the US right here, look. So maybe this is, I don't know, I don't know what to think about this, and why is Australia just gigantic? So this is a little bizarre for me. So thank you so much for watching. This is Chippy the Chipmunk.